for me to put the body in there and put the controllers in there, and that's just going to be another whole project. But that mobility scooter, the frame, the structure was very nice. The wheels were pretty good, but they were small wheels, about the same size as the hoverboard motors. And I decided to put the hoverboard motors because I wanted more power. I wanted to change the not the structure. I wanted to keep the same structure, but have more power. So that was one of my first projects. And then I went from that to the F-150. Yeah, we'll keep that real. The Ford F-150. What do they call it? The F-150 project. That's a real ATV from 1985, 1984, 1985, somewhere around there. That's a real ATV. And I think it was a Suzuki. I had to remember the name. That's a Suzuki ATV. We took that and I said that structure is going to be a lot stronger. The wheels, I like the wheels. I can change out the wheels. I can change out this. I can change out that. That's what I wanted to be able to do. Because when you get into mobility, let me talk about when you get into mobility, upgrading your mobility scooter or something goes wrong or malfunction, this is where it all took off. The parts are very pricey, and you're not getting a whole lot. You're not getting a whole lot. You spend a lot of money. The motor controller went out on my mobility scooter in Vegas, and I was so disappointed. So got a little depressed, I think, on that. And I said, you know what? It's got to be a way around it. The motor controller was $500, and the scooter that I bought that scooter. I got the scooter at a pawn shop actually, and I got it really cheap. But at the same time, I didn't pay that. You know, I'm like, why am I gonna pay $500 for a motor controller? And I didn't have $500 at the time. And the tires and the wheels, I think the wheels were like $100 or something for a wheel. It was crazy. And they were like little 14-inch wheels. And I was like, I want to upgrade these. I want some more meatier wheels. I want some bigger wheels if I want to go off-road a little bit or something. You know, not really off-road, but off a sidewalk or, you know, climb a hill. Not really all into that, but it's good to have. I put a lot of mileage on that scooter. I was probably driving that I was driving that scooter probably 10, 20 miles a day sometimes. So it started breaking down on me. The motor controller went out, and then finally the frame got bent. Not the frame, but the turning steering part got bent because the scooter took off on me one day when I was modifying it, and it took off. Yeah, those things happen. That's why I say you have to have safety protocols in place. I learned from that scooter. I learned that was my learning experience. That was my mini electric vehicle to really get me going, because it had more speed, it had more power, and once I started increasing the speed, I went from 10 miles an hour to probably 15 or 20 miles an hour by adding more batteries. I kept the original motor and I said, you know what, let's add more batteries. Let's see what we can do. So I took it from I think it was a 24 volt system to 36 volts to 48 volts to 72, I think 72 or 60 volts, and I was like, wow, this thing is taking off. But then I didn't have the right motor controller, and I had a motor controller in there first, but it burnt out. Another one that I bought for like $40, and then I went from that to buying a bigger motor controller. And then when I bought the bigger motor controller, I said, oh no, this is the wrong motor controller, because this is a 3-phase motor controller, and this is a DC motor, and then I need an AC motor. I need an AC motor now. So then that's when I decided to buy another motor, and that's when we were going to change the whole thing. And then when I bought the motor, I said, this motor's not going to fit in here because this is a differential system, and I need a chain axle type system, mainly making it like a go-kart. So then that's when I decided, hey, we're going to get an ATV. We just changed all the way over to the ATV because most of the ATVs were chain driven. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chain driven one. I got a shaft driven one, but I got it for such a great deal I couldn't pass up on it. So anyway, that's how I got the first ATV, which is a Kawasaki. Yeah, keeping it real. I got a Kawasaki and a Suzuki. So those are my two real ATVs. And then I've got a Mototech. I think the other one's a Mototech, and the other one's a Vernon. And those are the kid ATVs. I got 2 kid ATVs and 2 real ATVs. And the smaller ATVs became more practical. They're smaller. They're able to get into a door, in and out, rather than the big ATVs. The big ATVs are more structurally designed. I could carry more stuff, and have more power, bigger wheels, and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I got into this. Okay, I know I've been rambling and talking to you guys a long time, but I'm giving you my background on mobility, Brobility technology. Let's call it that, Brobility technology. And it started off with the wheelchairs. It started off in 2016. 2016 was when I got the first scooter from my buddy Richard T. Richard T, I love you out there. If you've seen this video, we're gonna send this to you too. My buddy Richard T. I got my first scooter from Richard T. I traded him a plasma TV and a plasma stand. Yeah, that I bought a long time ago. I traded him that, and it was fortunately, it was sad. I traded him the TV, but when we transported the TV, I must have bumped into it or something, and the TV broke. So yeah, I apologize for that, bro. But I traded him like a 50-inch plasma TV or something, and a stand for that scooter, that first scooter they gave me. I remember, and that was one of his mobility scooters, because Richard T had a lot of mobility scooters and he had a lot of wheelchairs. So that got me in the game right there. And then over a period of time, I started to get wheelchairs, and you know, I think I bought one at a pawn shop for like a couple $100, $100 I think, and I bought another one, and I got another one. I started getting them, and I started collecting them. Probably had about 10, 15 wheelchairs, which is great. And then I was like, hey, I want to put more speed on these things. I want to do more things. I started packing all kinds of other stuff on there, because at the time I didn't have a place to stay. Yeah, keeping it real. I was out there. So I was packing all kinds of stuff on there, and I'll keep it real. I even had a microwave. People don't know this. I had a microwave, a microwave unit. Not no microwave for transmitting video. Not no microwave dish. A microwave oven, okay? Built on one of my scooters. People didn't know it. Yeah, I had it all covered up, and I could just uncover it up, boom, put my food in there, and I could microwave my food. I had a refrigerator on there too. Keeping it real. I had a refrigerator, I had a microwave. All that stuff was built into the scooter. Because I was like, hey, I was a little homeless mug. I didn't have a place, so I had to do what I had to do. Keeping it real. And I would use it frequently. I used to take it to it would be on my scooter, it'd be on my wheelchair, and I would roll it in, and it would be in the gym. I would roll it in everywhere. It was crazy. A lot of people didn't know, because I had it covered up, and I could operate it right there on the scooter. I didn't have to plug in. I ended up using an inverter, keeping it real. You know, I had an inverter. It was a Jupiter 2 inverter that I think it was a Jupiter 2 inverter that I got used. I bought it on OfferUp. Bought it for like $50, and it was that was my power source. And I used the scooter batteries. I would use the scooter battery, and the scooter battery would power the microwave as long as you don't exceed the wattage. I even had a what do they call those? They're not hot plates. They don't call them hot plates anymore. It was a digital hot plate. I had a digital hot plate too, where you could cook. You could fry hamburgers or whatever. I still got it. Still got all that. That's in my storage out there. Eventually, I don't know if I made a video about it, but what I did is I built all that into a suitcase. I made everything where it's portable. So the refrigerator, the hot plate, the microwave, everything fit into this suitcase, and it still is. It's still in the suitcase. I went to the thrift store and bought a suitcase for like $10 or whatever I paid, and I put everything in that suitcase, and you could roll into a building, and you had your microwave, your digital hot plate. I had a frying pan that I went and bought at Walmart. It was real nice, and I was like, wow, that was gonna be my little I don't know, I call it mobile kitchen. It was like call it a bro mobile kitchen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to show you guys that. I got pictures of that still. I got pictures of that somewhere. I don't know if I ever put them out on the internet. That was one of my inventions. It was a portable mobile kitchen. So it was for travelers. It was for whoever wanted it. People that were camping out. If you're camping out somewhere, you just pull the suitcase out. You got your refrigerator, your microwave, your hot plate, and whatever else you want. You want a coffee machine in there, you can put a coffee machine in there. As long as you don't exceed the wattage. So you want to get a big enough inverter. This is the key behind all this. You got to get a big enough inverter. And I had like a 3,000 watt inverter. And like I said, I got it for like $40. I got it used. Well, actually, it was like brand new. It was a Jupiter. It was brand new in the box and everything. God gave it to me. I was like, thank you. And I bought it at Starbucks. I even had it hooked up. I didn't have it hooked up at Starbucks. I met the guy at Starbucks, and he brought it to me. And I unboxed it. I was like, thank you. Gave him the 40 or 50 bucks or whatever it was. I was so happy. I still got it. Okay. I'm just giving you a little background of where I'm coming from. When I buy things, I don't always buy things for what it's going to be used for, okay? I know it's going to be a 3-4 part video. Sorry about that, everybody. I've been talking for 40 minutes. Didn't realize I was talking that long. But that's what happens when you make these videos. So going back to this, I just wanted to give you guys that background. I'm an inventor. I make things. I build things. I take things apart. This transmitter right here, this green transmitter, I like this transmitter. We may take this apart. No, we're not gonna take it apart, but we may take the receiver. The receiver that goes with this, which is with my green truck over there. I'm not gonna grab it, but it goes with my little green truck. We may take the receiver out of the green truck. We may add it in here, and we may take because the remote control that comes with this car right here is a little tiny little white remote control. I don't really like it, and I don't plan on really driving this car around a lot or anything like that. This is just a model. It's just, like, once again, it's just a model, and it's just going to be one of those cars where it may be on display, like you see sitting back here now. It's just might be on display. And I'll be able to control the wheels, the tires, whatever, turn the music on, turn the music off, all that kind of stuff. Just something that you have in your house. And if you do want to decide that you want to drive it or whatever, you can drive it. You can take it to the park. And you can have your Bluetooth stereo system in there. We may end up adding, matter of fact, I might as well show this drill set that I bought. This is a 25 set all in one. I got this for $23, which is a great deal. I think it went up now. I think it went up on, I got it during Black Friday time, I think, and I think it's like 29 now. But it came with a 20 volt lithium-ion battery, 1500 milliamp battery, whatever. And this was a great deal. So what I did is I took the battery, out, and here's the battery right here. So it's a 20 volt battery, and it's made. And the name of the company is called Yungfeng, okay, Y-O-U-G, Yungfeng. And I thought that would be a perfect addition for this car. So when I'm not using my drill, I could take that battery, I could plug it into the car, and I'll get more power. This is a 12 volt car, and we want to upgrade it to about 20 volts. You don't want to put too much power in it because you're going to burn out the motors and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not going to be racing around town trying to destroy it or nothing like that. But I think 20 volts would be cool. So I'm thinking about taking that battery and also upgrading it. And if I don't upgrade that battery, shoot, I want to drop this car. We may end up using, keeping it real, the 80 volt battery, okay? My favorite battery, the 80 volt battery. I told you I got 3 of these, or 4 of these. So now we're going to try to get a couple more, and we might swap these in and out. So if I put an 80 volt battery in there, of course the 80 volt battery is going to destroy the motor. So looking at my electronics and how things work, I would have to upgrade the motors, and there's a whole lot of stuff. So what I'll probably do is get a down converter transformer, or build my own circuit where it'll convert down to about 20 volts. So from 80 volts to 20 volts, and we can still use this battery to power your music, power whatever you want to do. So this is just project stuff that I wanted to show. And I'm talking about this because this is the month of December. This is the month of December where everybody's talking about Christmas and all that kind of stuff. I don't really celebrate Christmas and the holidays and all that kind of stuff, but like I said, you can still donate if you want to donate and help me on the projects. I appreciate that. Help me on my bills. I appreciate that if you want to help me, because I know that, man, my next check I got to pay now for another storage and more stuff going out, more bills, plus the utilities and everything else. So don't hate, don't wait, donate. I tell you on that. Go to my Cash App, $ Tony McDo. But I want to give you guys that brief background of what I do during this time. This is the month of December. Once again, it's Friday the 13th. Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. And I say that in a way where, hey, I'm not superstitious. I'm happy. I'm enjoying life. I'm thankful to be alive another day. So many things are happening in this world right now. So many with politics, with all kinds of stuff, with stuff in the news with the celebrities and stuff, and Jay-Z and Diddy and all these different people. So many things are happening, and people are getting so frustrated, and they're looking at their spending. People are spending more money because they want to have a big Christmas and a big white Christmas and all this stuff. I don't care about all that. And believe me, I used to be a big Christmas person back in the day. I'm keeping it real, so I know what people are going through. And I just, like I say, with my projects, with this type of stuff, it keeps me grounded. I got all kinds of little stuff. We talk about these little woofers, these little speakers and stuff like that. This kind of stuff I could build into the car, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a Bluetooth system. It's already Bluetooth. Okay, the car already has a internal small little stereo system. Sounds very crappy. Keeping it real, very crappy. It's for little kids. And I was like, it's cool. I put my little USB chip in there the other day, and I said, okay, gotta play a little music. That sounds cool, but it doesn't sound good at all. So once again, we're gonna add this Sony subwoofer. We're gonna take the back seat out. I'm gonna do that this morning, actually. I just want to tell you guys about that. We're not gonna show videos on it and stuff. I'm just gonna just do it. I just think about things and just do it. We're gonna take the back seat out. We're gonna add this subwoofer in the place of that back seat. If I gotta cut some more and modify it or whatever to get it in there, we want to get it in there where it's kind of flush. And we're gonna put Batman and Darth Vader right in front of this. This is gonna be their seat. I may do a 3D printing. I got a 3D printer. I may take a 3D printer, and I was looking at some chairs the other day. I might get some car seats, make some car seats that fit